Hi everybody, it's Jen here, and I'm here with Bella, and I have to remember that I have my external mics on because I will yell and that will blast your eardrums. So if you're on and you're joining me here on TikTok, I may not be able to respond to you because I can't see those little tiny letters from way over here. So just, but please give me your comments because I'm going to go back through and watch them and read them. If you're joining me on my YouTube channel, thank you for being here, and welcome to Xenogen. We are going to be playing with Bella today, and this week we've been talking a lot about deep listening and what the power of deep listening is. Bella, hi sweetheart. It never feels heard, so she feels like she has to talk a lot. That's the big thing about Bellas, is that they don't feel heard, so they just la 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 la. Have you ever had that friend that talks a lot but doesn't ever say anything? You know, and I was just teasing my friend Miriam here. She's with me today behind the camera. She's like, "Don't talk about me." And I teased her because I said, "Girl, you use up your quota of words by 10 a.m." And I say that because it's true. And I think, it's funny because we were talking yesterday, and I was talking 90 miles an hour, and she was talking 90 miles an hour. We have 3 different conversations at once, and we're like, look how efficient we are. We're getting so much done because we were all just having so much fun. But when it comes to deep listening, or listening to someone when they're feeling sad, or they're going through something, or they have something where they need your presence, that is a different place. Just that feminine chitter chatter, like what we were doing yesterday, you'd be like, dude, how are you guys absorbing any of this? But we were, because that's just how, and that's women, by the way. So because we like to, like hens, we like to make noise, and there's actually a biological reason for that. So if I go off camera on my TikTok, sorry guys, because I don't have as much room here, but we're going to back her up a little bit, and we're going to play with her, but I want her to feel heard, right? She isn't going to want to do anything for me if she doesn't feel heard in the first place. So when I start to play with her, look how calm she is right now. But when I start talking, she might start getting a little bit worried or nervous or concerned or something like that. So I'm going to try and make sure I stay where you guys can see me. Let me see, there we go. But if I can't, then just know that's because she needs to do and move and groove and do her thing. So I'm going to just allow her to just move on her own. I'm just going to ask her to move. See how she needs to talk? She needed to move. She needs to move her feet. And that's how horses talk, by moving their feet. You know, you see a lot of times in the movies where they're the horses are all whinnying and shuffling and blah, 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 blah. And that's just not the way of it, right? Horses don't really do that because they're prey animals. So if they're talking and whinnying, it's because they're worried. So she's telling me right now she's a little bit I don't know what to do. And she's got her head moving and her tail's out. So she's a little bit worried right now. So I'm just going to let her move some of this energy out, but I'm not going to let her get freak out. Because I want her there's her right ear. I want that head that she's pulling out. When she does that, I'm going to have a conversation with her, because that is not what I want. I don't want her to feel like she has to respond like that. She wants to move, man. She doesn't have a very big pen to stay in, so it's not like she's got big giant pasture to run. So, and these jumps are just far enough apart that she doesn't, she does that. When she pulls on my halter like that, I'm going to pull her in, because I'm going to be like, no, I don't want her to have that response. Now, if she needs to move her feet, that's fine. But if she pulls on that halter, I'm going to be like, no, honey. It's that you don't have to respond like that. You don't have to freak the F out. And you're in no position to be doing that. So I'll come back. I'll say, it's okay. I know you need to move. And talking, venting is fine. But bitching and complaining and freaking out when the sky is not falling is not fine. And I'm not going to let her go to that space, because when she does, she can't trust me to be holding space for her. That's much better. All it took was just a check-in for me to go, oh, and look, I don't need to pull on the rope anymore. I don't need to. But sometimes when we're struggling, or we're in a space of fear, or we're going through something, we get into that space where we just need to be heard for a minute or two. We just need to have that opportunity to express ourselves. Now, she's not breathing hard. Her eyes are a little I'm not sure, but I can come back and check in with her and say, that was okay. Are you good? Check her lip, check her nose, check her body, check her breathing, check her ears, check everything about and check in with her and say, are you okay? Because the number one question Bellas are always asking to themselves, well, there's a short list because I ask a lot of questions. It's, am I okay? And what if I'm not okay? Everybody else is okay, but I'm not. And is the person I'm with going to be the person that can tell me that I'm okay? And usually whoever is sitting next to them and has proximity and just a teeny bit of chemistry is enough for them to say, oh, am I okay? I mean, a homeless person could tell them that they're okay and they would feel better, right? But the truth is that they need to be able to check in with themselves and be empowered in themselves and say, I'm okay, and know that I'm okay, even if everyone else on the planet is telling them they're not. And trust me when I say, when I first started doing this work and stepping into something that no one had ever really heard of, equine assisted empowerment, what's that, right? So I was like, what is that? And then people would go, I don't know. And I go, well, maybe it's not something. And then people would criticize me. What are you doing out there? You know, I had so many people, and all the haters came out of the woodwork, because the minute you step in the arena and the spotlight is on you, people show up and to tell you they have no problem, especially on TikTok and social media and on the couch behind the camera and anonymously behind the scenes, where we saw them, those keyboard quarterbacks. They are absolutely okay to make themselves feel better by tearing you down. And if you're a Bella, that's a huge challenge to step out into your own confidence and come into that space where you can go, no, you know, hell with you, I'm fine. I don't know what's wrong with you. Your judgment is not welcome here. I have boundaries, because we are lovers. We Bellas are lovers. Look, it was like, I just want to love. Can we just love and cuddle? Right? That's what she wants. She wants to be loved and heard and just assured and reaffirmed and validated. But if you can't get that from within, you're never going to get it from without. So now she says, oh, I did good, I did all right. And I just allow her to process that. Now, let's go back and see what it looks like after she's had a chance to feel heard, validated, reassured, and not enabled. You don't want to enable these guys, because all you're going to do when you enable them is create codependency. And then what does enabling look like? Telling her she's okay when she's not. Look how soft she is now. Look how quiet she is now. Look how she's calm and connected to me. And I can say, come here, and I don't even really need the rope anymore. And I can say, it's okay, and you can just kind of move her. Can you come over here? She's not pulling on the rope. And oh, this is all fine and good, but remember, it's not okay to just like sit there and sing Kumbaya and eat bonbons all day. Maybe you actually want her to freaking do something. So let's see if she can't do exactly the same exact thing she was doing a few minutes ago, but from a different space. Now I'm gonna let out step much different. Head down, good girl. That's it, lick and chew. With you guys that don't know horses, which is 91% of the population, when they lick and chew with their lips, that means that they're processing something. It's kind of like us going, oh yeah, I get it, right? Now she just went a short ways, and she licked and chewed, and then she checked in with me, instead of going to the ether and texting all her friends and going, hey, what's going on, right? She checked in with the person that is showing up that she can trust, right? So now I've got more trust for her, because I said, I realize you need to be heard. I get it. Vent if you need to. Make sure you get it all out, but I'm not going to let you fly off the handle and go start taking action on something, good girl, that isn't going to serve you. Now I'm going to ask her to trot. There you go. Doesn't take anything. Now look at the difference in her trot. Nice, good girl. Rope's dragging on the ground, her head's down, she's licking and chewing. She's just a fast-moving horse. That's just her nature. Good girl, good girl, good girl. And in my mind, I'm always saying, you've got this. You never want, now I say never, you don't want to make her feel wrong about anything she does. Good girl, that's it, you've got this, good girl. Every step. In horse world, we say ride every stride. So if I were to say every stride, I would be going, Good girl, 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 good girl. That's it. You got it. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. In my mind, just allowing her to be empowered and holding space for her if she needs me. Now, this is if she starts, good girl. I felt it. If she starts getting in her head again, I'll just remind her that she doesn't need to do that, that that's not a place to be that she needs to be. It's very easy for these guys to go back to that space of what if, am I okay? You're okay, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. And if she does that again, I'll do something about it. Good girl. But let's see if that's it. Who saw back there that she slowed down just a little bit? That's it. Good girl. I want her to drop her head, relax into the trot, know that she's okay. What if you had a friend like this? What if you were the friend that was like this? Wouldn't you be trying really hard to be a good friend too and relax into your own space so you weren't the one that was always blowing up when you had, after a while your friends are going to be like, you know what, you're a hot mess, go get your act together, right? So now see how she's trying to, it's okay that she picked up a canter, a speed. I don't worry too much about speed, I worry about attitude. As long as I can hold the rope, good girl, with my thumb and my forefinger and she doesn't jerk her head out and start getting up all bananas, then I'm going to allow her to move her feet because this is a healthy way of moving. Now, if she wants to, I want to make sure she's also not doing something called crossfiring. Like right now, she's got a pure left lead. So if she's worried, they'll crossfire, which means that she's moving her hind legs in a different pattern than she's moving her front legs. But as long as she can keep this part together and start thinking her way, oops, she almost did it there, right? So now let's see, good girl. I'm going to ask her to keep going because I don't want her to see when she got worried. She's like, can I come in? I'm like, you can, it's okay. You can be out. That's okay. You've got this. Good job. Now, if she gets too worried, I will allow her to come in. I just want her to be able to work through this on her. That's the magic sauce right there. That, and if you're behind the camera, that's it. Now, what would have happened if I had brought her in and not allowed her to work through her own issues? That would have been the definition of enabling her, right? There's a difference between holding her and holding space for her. That's it. Good girl. Thumb and my forefinger, not pulling on the rope, holding space. Now, if you have a friend that is a Bella, you have to be able to know and acknowledge what they need when they need it. You got this. Good job. You can keep going. And showing, now that was a little different than the head pull. That was a little bit like, ugh, almost a little bit of sass. So I'm seeing these changes show up really rapidly in her. Now that's the second time she did it. I'm just acknowledging there's a third time. That's great for her because she's not pulling on the rope and she's moving those energies through her body. This is not her like doing anything negative. This is just her working through her issues. And so I'm just going to allow her to work through that. This is new. She's never done that little head toss thing. She's done the jerk on the rope, but she's never done that little head toss thing. So I'm not going to pull on the rope. I'm just going to let her process this. This is being a good friend. Listening. There we go. She's licking and chewing a lot, like the whole circle. She's licking and chewing and processing this. That's it. You got this. Don't quit your job just yet. I know you have a shop on Etsy, but it hasn't replaced your income yet. Keep your day job just yet. Keep going. You've got this. I know you hate your boss. I know you're dying to get out there and do your own thing. But you can't do that when you're still doing this because you're going to lose focus. You're going to lose confidence and you're going to give up because you'll either burn yourself out or you will lose belief and confidence in yourself. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's one. We're going to start counting them in the circle. We're going to start over there right at my 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I don't know if she did one right back there, but there's one. Right, so now we're going to watch and see how many times she does that little head flip thing. We've got the nice soft trot coming across. She's not doing it anymore. She just needed to go through the process. Now I'm going to allow her to, there's a difference between letting and allowing, topic for another day. We're going to allow her to feel this empowerment as she goes around until she can make I'm going for the jackpot, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go until she can really start trusting that it's just a circle, that doing boring tasks isn't the end of the world. That's actually what's going to get her. There's one. Okay, that has been, I know, good girl, you've got this. Got to focus on her too. I got to make sure I stay with her. There's one. So there's two in that one circle. But now she's coming in. I don't care about the size of the circle just yet. I'm more worried about her emotional and mental state. Good job. You've got this. You've got this. Good job. You can be confident on a circle. Now that's starting to look like a trot I could actually ride and connect with her. Before, all of this stuff before was just her, venting and blowing up and, bitching about her boss and her boyfriend and her broken toenail and her too many bills and her kids that are failing in school. I mean, she was just bitching. And a lot of times we complain out of fear. We're not complaining because we really want things to change. We're complaining there's a lot of reasons we complain. And complaining out of fear is one of them because we aren't sure. There we go. That's it. There it is. Good girl. That's it. And now, I don't even need the halter or the lead rope or any of that other stuff because I have her connected to me, trusting me, believing in me, and now also believing in herself. Come on, sister. Good girl. So when you have a friend like this, or you are like this, understand why you're doing the things that you're doing and what it takes to actually come through the other side of it. And know that when you start believing in yourself and trusting the next step and the next step and the next step, that you can relax and step into it and not be worried about whatever else is going on in your world, and you don't worry about the haters or the naysayers or anyone else. And when you meet people like me that will stand in their truth and hold space for you, allow you to vent, but not jump over the edge, like go be friends with them. Like those are your true friends. And in my mastermind, we talk about something called the relationship labyrinth. Like, who are your 2 AMers? Who are those deep-seated friends that you can trust at a level where you go, what do we say? A good friend will help you move, but a great friend will help you move a body. Well, that's my 2 AMers. That will hold space for me even when things are going rough and I don't believe in myself, because they believe in me enough for both of us. Does that make sense? So this is Bella, who now has more or less confidence than she had before we started. More bravery and courage and faith in herself. More understanding about what it looks like to be in a quality relationship with a friend. Understanding yourself, understanding others, and knowing who you are and believing in that is exponentially and compoundingly, if that's a word, one of the most important things and the most crazy adventures you will ever take in your life. But trust me when I say it's worth the juice. So make sure you're subscribing to my channel. Click the link below to get your $1 free report on $1 report on all of these guys, to have a deeper understanding of what Bella, Dante, Trace, and Maverick need. So you can know yourself, love yourself, and believe in yourself. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jen Zoe. And this is Energen.